Hi! Do you want to know how to create a stunning cinematic video of your scene in Unreal Engine 5, just like the one playing on that old TV by the lake? By the end of this video, you'll be able to capture your own breathtaking clips and compile them with seamless transitions all within Unreal Engine. Stick around to see the final version of the cinematic film playing on the TV at the end. Let's dive in. This is my 3D scene, built entirely in Unreal Engine 5. It features a landscape, houses, vegetations, and a lake. To start capturing this scene cinematically, the first thing we'll do is to create a folder. You can name it whatever you like. I'm calling mine Cinematic Camera for now. Inside the folder, right-click, go to Cinematics and create a level sequence. Let's call this one Track 1. This is your timeline for the cinematic, where you can edit and play back your clips. To start filming, we need to add a camera. Click the camera button to create a cinematic camera actor. Now we'll pilot this camera, so we can see exactly what it sees. You can either right-click it in the outliner and choose Pilot Cinema Camera Actor, or just click the small camera icon next to it in the sequencer. Make sure you're at the beginning of the timeline by clicking the leftmost arrow, then move the camera to your desired starting position. Now's a good time to adjust the aperture and focal length to get the best possible shot. Once that shot looks good, hit the transform button to lock the camera position at that point in the timeline. Now, jump to the end of the timeline by pressing the right arrow or dragging the marker manually. Move the camera to the ending position for your clip and hit the transform button again to save that position. You can also review the camera settings like filmback. I like to set mine to DSLR 16:9, and you can also tweak the focus for more contrast in the shot. When the clip is done and you're ready for another one, instead of starting from scratch, we can copy the first track to retain our settings. Click on it, pilot the camera, and repeat the process from the first frame. By default, Unreal uses cubic interpolation between keyframes, which creates a smooth but exponential speed change. If you prefer a more consistent transition, right-click on the keyframes and change them from cubic to linear. Some of you might have come across the issue where the camera, instead of taking a logical path, it takes a weird, long route between the 2 points. To fix this, right-click on the transform, go to Properties and enable quaternion interpolation. This makes sure that the camera takes the shortest path between the points. Now when you have multiple clips ready, you can combine them into one sequence. Right-click, create a new level sequence and call it Master Track. Open it and drag all your previous tracks into the timeline, extending the sequence to fit them. To make the transition smoother, let's add some fade effects. Right-click in the timeline, add a fade track, and place keyframes 1 second before and after each transition. Set the middle keyframes value to 1 for a smooth fade between the shots. To save time, copy and paste the fade points for other transitions using Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V. Once your sequence is set, click the small render icon in the sequencer to open the render movie settings. Set your resolution to 16:9, and I recommend turning off compression. Unreal's compression can be a bit aggressive, so it's better to compress the file afterward for higher quality. Adjust your frames per second and output directory, then hit Capture Movie to start rendering. And that's it. Now you know how to create beautiful cinematic videos from your Unreal Engine scenes. If you have any questions, like how I added sound effects or music after rendering, feel free to ask them in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.